Hi everybody, this is William from the Godzilla Files, coming at you today with another top 10. This time I'm going to be talking about my favorite Godzilla costumes throughout the whole entire series. So this will also include the newer films as well, so just to kind of give you an idea. So you could see anything from the original Godzilla costume all the way up to Shin Godzilla. Really, why I made this list was one, was talking to a couple of people and just going over our favorite costumes, and also secondly, I just thought this would be a pretty good list. Um, I'm going to talk a little bit about why I chose each one. I would definitely love to hear from everybody what their favorite suits are in the comments below. So please definitely do that after you watch mine. And yeah, let's get this started. Number 10 is Burning Godzilla from Godzilla vs. Destroya. Um, you know, it isn't too much different as far as body-wise. It is a bit bigger and bulkier than past Heisei suits, but overall, though, the thing that really sticks out is the orange all on his, on the suit. They're kind of showing that he's like kind of breaking down, and I think also the steam coming off the suit, everything like that, really does show how his body is basically falling apart, just like in the film they were saying. And as you'll kind of go through this list, those are the things I like. The Godzilla suit should fit what their kind of story that they're trying to tell, and this one it works perfectly because it is about Godzilla breaking down and possibly taking the whole entire world with him when he goes. So it definitely works on a lot of levels, and I do know this is a fan favorite. Not as high up on the list as for me, mostly just because it does appear in only one film. Number 9 is the original Godzilla suit. I do like it a lot. It is the classic look. It is what every Godzilla suit is based off of, going forward. Um, there really isn't much to say other than it's a classic look. I like it. Granted, it can't do as much, but at the time, it was so bulky, and this was the first of its kind in some ways that, they probably didn't really know what they were doing. So, there really isn't too much to say other than, this is the classic Godzilla look, and I really do, to this day, still enjoy it. Number 8 is Shin Godzilla. This is the only computer-generated Godzilla suit that will appear on the list. Not to say that I don't like Godzilla 2014, it's just I feel that this one is actually closer to what the original Godzilla probably would have been if they had the ability to do this. You see in Shin Godzilla all the scars, and he just looks like he's been in so much pain. And I really do feel that's what they kind of pictured for Godzilla when he first appears in the original. Being scorched by nuclear tests. I almost feel like that's how they could have almost envisioned him, but they didn't have the ability to. And now with Shin Godzilla, they're finally able to show what they really wanted to back in 54? 45? I can't remember now. But definitely do like this, I guess, suit. I definitely think it is Godzilla. It works on a lot of different levels, and does something different, which I do also enjoy. I do think it's good to take risks and try updating the Godzilla suit. Number 7 is the Godzilla suit from GMK. This suit, if you're trying to make Godzilla just pure evil, it's perfect. It really is. Everything about it works on every level. His eyes are completely white out, so he looks demonic in many ways, and the way that story goes, it actually fits perfectly. Again, I think the best suits are the ones that fit Godzilla and the story that they're trying to tell with him. So this is another one that you can really feel he's supposed to be an evil creature, and I don't think there's any way that you can say that suit doesn't portray that in to the best of its ability. Number 6 would be the suit that first appeared in Godzilla vs. Megalon and went all the way through to Terror of Mechagodzilla. This was another updated look for him. I really did like his appearance through all three films. I thought it was a next step from the suit that they originally had. He became even more of a superhero, so in that sense, um, it works. But the thing that really changes is that he's a bit tougher, especially in Godzilla versus Mechagodzilla and Terror of Mechagodzilla. So the suit definitely feels that way. It feels a little bit more of a tougher superhero, which I think actually works in its favor. Um, so yeah, I mean, this suit is another great looking suit. Definitely one of my favorites. Number 5 is the Godzilla suit from the Godzilla Millennium series, and in particularly the two Kiru movies. So I thought out of all of them, out of all the suits from that Millennium series, I thought that was the closest to Godzilla. An updated version of Godzilla, I should say, that I really did like. The two Kiru movies are probably my favorite in the whole entire Millennium series. So those two suits are a really big reason why. There isn't too much difference between them, other than the scar that he gets from the first one, and then in the second one you actually see it. So, but besides that, there really isn't any much. Maybe a little tweaking here and there, but overall there isn't. Um, really do enjoy the films, and like I said, I think it does a perfect balance of updating the Godzilla, but also showing off what he was in the past. Number 4 is the suit from Godzilla vs. King Kong. This was basically the third film and a completely new look. It was the first time we saw Godzilla in color. And overall, he's supposed to be an overpowered menace for King Kong to face. And the suit shows that he's bulkier. He seems to almost be bigger in every way than King Kong. And you can really just tell, like, this suit, for what it needs to do, it does that. One of my favorite scenes is Godzilla coming ashore to the army base and seeing him from far out in the water and seeing how big he is. I mean, just the mass alone on this suit, it works so well on so many things. But with that being said, there are little issues with it. I do think one thing is still just like the original suit. Looking at it directly when they filmed him, he kind of looks a little stupid. Kind of has a weird face to him. So yeah, I mean, not a perfect suit, but still one of the more memorable ones in my opinion. Number 3 is the Godzilla suit that first appeared in Destroy All Monsters and went till about Godzilla vs. Gigan. I think this is sort of the look whenever you're talking to someone about the Showa series. They really did perfect him. At this point, he was not so much a villain anymore, so he was more a hero. And so they needed something like that. And all the films that he was part of, he was like a hero-esque character. So the suit reflects that. And overall, I think it does a great job. It is one of the suits that I think about when I'm thinking of Godzilla, especially when it comes to the Showa era Godzillas. So definitely, I definitely like him. He's another one where if you look at him from all angles, he does look good. Number 2 is Godzilla from Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, 1991. I found this suit to be probably the best version of the whole entire Heisei series. I do find that pretty much from Biollante and almost all the way to Destroya, I find that the suits don't really change too much, or at least noticeably enough to where I would say, oh, that one's definitely my favorite. So this is kind of, I thought, where they really did perfect the Godzilla suit. I thought Biollante was maybe a little too big all the way around, so I thought they kind of slimmed down this Godzilla a bit and made him almost like more more, I guess muscular would be the way to look at it. But yeah, I think overall, this is definitely quintessential Heisei suit, and it's the one that I enjoy the most from them. Like I said, most of them aren't they aren't too different, except for the last one. All right, my number one Godzilla suit is from Godzilla vs. Mothra. This came right after Godzilla vs. King Kong. I particularly like the suit mostly because he looks threatening in this one. He has yet to really go into his superhero look. This is still really early on, where he's almost more of still a villain in his own movies. So his look is, you know, of that, very threatening, almost, you know, unsurmountable. Now it isn't as big as the suit before it, in King Kong versus Godzilla, or Godzilla versus King Kong, whichever way it goes. But I really do like this because of the fact that it's a little bit more slimmed down. It doesn't, from almost every angle, it looks good. So that was one thing that the last suit really kind of lacked, that it kind of looked weird if you looked at it from certain angles. So, yeah, definitely one of my favorites. When he's even coming out of the ground, he looks cool. Very active tail. I love what they did with the tail. And he's also one of my favorite X Plus figures. So definitely one of my favorites, without a doubt.